So let me start by thanking Doug for that introduction. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. So I'm greatly honored to say a few words on behalf of the South African Medical Research Council. The head office is in Cape Town, not far from here, and I'm based there. I've been with the council for over 21 years. I'm a local South African. So let me add to Doug's welcome and say that I'm delighted to see participants from around the world, and particularly from lower and middle income countries among you. So, as a member of the planning committee, I'm aware that most of you travel from far and wide, and I trust that you had a pleasant journey to Cape Town and that you will go back with good memories of South Africa, particularly of Cape Town. And of course, you'll go back with good memories of this meeting too. So, for those that are not familiar with the MRC, let me give you a quick intro. It was established in 1969, so next year is our 50th anniversary, and it was established by Act of Parliament. Its mission is to improve the nation's health and quality of life by conducting and funding relevant and responsive health research, development, and innovation, as well as research translation. It has a dual role to conduct as well as fund research and innovation. Its current funding is around, depending on the exchange rate, it's around 70 million US dollars per annum. About 60% of our funding comes from government, the Department of Health through National Treasury, from National Treasury, and the rest of it comes from external sources, Wellcome Trust being one of them. Its staff complement is around 650 and it produces around 680 publications per annum in ISI journals. So the MRC hosts an independent human ethics research committee as well as an ethics committee for research on animals. So, as the biggest local funder of health research in South Africa, the MRC, that's the South African MRC, and its funded researchers are required to conduct research ethically, responsibly, as well as to ensure the conduct of research is of high ethical standard and integrity, respect for persons, fairness, competence, integrity, sensitivity, confidentiality, and communication are values on which scientific research in the SAMRC is grounded. So, in respect of the two focus areas of this meeting, namely data sharing and biobanking, as a funder of research, we are of the view that these activities have the potential to support scientific research and increase scientific efficiency, and could be particularly useful in resource limited settings such as ours, and insofar as they maximize the utility of data and minimize unnecessary duplication. And this was noted in the background paper. So, from an African perspective, I was advised by one of my colleagues from the University of Pretoria, Professor Michael Pepper, that African researchers have been reluctant to share data and samples due to exploitation of the South by the North in reference to high income countries. So they took a conservative approach. However, with the advent of H3 Africa, which is the Human Hereditary and Health in Africa initiative, this is also funded by the Wellcome Trust, a more liberal attitude has been adopted. It seems that stringent informed consent policies applicable to participants and communities have been a deal breaker. And in particular, respect for participants is a key condition. With regard to sharing of samples, control measures are in place for the import and export of material through national regulations, and IRB approvals. However, in respect of data, once it is released, it is difficult to know where it goes and what happens to it. This is being addressed by the formation of data access committees, which act as gatekeepers of data. So, as an example, the European Genome Phenome Archive, EGA, is designed to be a repository for all types of sequence and genotype experiments, including case control, population, and family studies. So I'm about to finish. Yeah. I want to take this opportunity to wish you well in your deliberations over the next 2 days. I'm sure it'll be an enriching experience for all of you, and that you will take away outcomes, meeting outcomes, and lessons that you could implement back home.